It's Thursday, April 27th, 2023, and I'm Dave Sobel. Two things to know today. Service Leadership's 2023 IT Solution Provider Compensation Report reveals more profitable firms pay less for staff and management positions. And Firewalla launches Managed Service Security Portal for MSPs, allowing users to manage multiple devices with ease, and three more product announcements. This is the Business of Tech. Every 3 years, Carl Palachuk and Small Biz Thoughts bring you a spectacular 2-day online conference, and they do it right. Mark your calendars and plan to join on May 17th and 18th at the SMB Online Conference 2023. 2 full days of content, more than a dozen speakers, a special Killing It Live podcast recording, and much more. Save $100 by registering today at smbonlineconference.com. I'll see you there. Service Leadership has released its 2023 IT Solution Provider Compensation Report. The report revealed that more profitable providers tend to pay less for staff and non-owner manager positions than less profitable ones. On staff positions, the best-in-class paid approximately 9% less than the median and 13% less than the bottom quartile. For managers, best-in-class paid approximately 9% less than the median and 17% less than the bottom quartile. Quote, there is widespread belief that because a provider is more profitable and financially successful, they pay their employees more. But the data proves the exact opposite is true, said Peter Kujima from Service Leadership. The least profitable firms pay more for both staff and management positions, tie less of that pay to incentives, gave the largest increases in 2022, and are planning to do the same in 2023. The data is compelling as to why some companies are doing well and others struggle. The report also showed a close correlation between provider profitability and the percentage of variable compensation paid to staff and management. The best-in-class paid a materially higher amount of variable compensation for staff and managers. For staff positions, best-in-class tied 9.6% of total annual earnings to variable compensation, while the bottom quarter paid 5.8%. For managers, best-in-class tied 16.9% of manager total annual earnings to variable comp, while the bottom quarter tied only 8.2%. Now, in the survey population, the average MSP had 25.5 employees distributed between departments or functions. That's up 23% from the 2016 edition of the report. The average MSP had around 74% of employees dedicated to service delivery functions in their org. For non-service delivery roles, 11% of employees make up sales and marketing. This is followed by 11% for general and administration, and the remaining 4% are owners. Why do we care? Before we leap to conclusions, note that the survey population is bigger than what most consider the average provider. Just remember that as you consider the data. I think the headline is distracting. This isn't that they pay less. They do a better job of linking compensation to outcomes and can manage costs. Don't immediately assume you pay your people too much. 2 thoughts. First, focus on that link to outcomes. Second, remember that trying to pay above average quickly leads to unsustainable costs. If wages grow 23% every year, that means every 3.5 years, the salary doubles. That math will get you every time. Firewalla has announced its new Firewalla Managed Security Portal, designed explicitly for multi-tenancy and thus MSPs. With the new security portal, Firewalla offers a web interface that allows its users to quickly manage as many devices as they want, set up network flows, rules, and alarms. More sophisticated users can also use the tool to create VPN meshes to create a secure network between their boxes. Developers can also use Firewalla's new APIs and webhooks to integrate the new service with their own applications. SaaS Alerts is launching a new module called Unify, which lets MSPs correlate device data from RMM agents with SaaS account security events. Unify connects SaaS application event data with the devices that end users are leveraging to create a unified security view of the user. For example, users today often provide a password and multi-factor authentication token. But MFA hijacking has changed the game, according to SaaS Alerts. This new solution can also require the user to access the SaaS application from a known device. Slack has launched Canvas, which is easy to explain, like a Google Doc, for each channel. It's there now. Finally, in other product news, Microsoft plans to move Microsoft 365 apps onto a single domain, the cloud.microsoft, to start, with only net new services deployed on the domain. As for existing workloads, those, quote, have broader implications to consider and will transition at a slower pace. Why do we care? I have a bias towards Firewalla as an initial crowdfunder to the product, which is why I noticed them too. But it was their difference in entry to the market, which is why I noted them. Think new entrants can't join even in established markets? Well, nope, there's one. The Slack and Microsoft news are very tactical, so I mentioned them. The SaaS Alerts one is more interesting, adding insights to RMM data that wasn't there. It's more 1 + 1 is 3. Looking for a channel-first storage provider? How about one 85% less expensive than traditional cloud providers? With rates at $3 a terabyte with no egress fees for S3 compatible cloud storage? Want no commitments or minimums? How about extreme geo-resilience? Intrigued? Learn about Bifrost Cloud by visiting bifrostcloud.com for a radically low price. Thanks for listening. Today, International Girls in ICT Day. So let's focus on more women in our exciting field. I will talk to you again tomorrow. The Business of Tech is written and produced by me, Dave Sobel, under ethics guidelines posted at businessof.tech. Like the content? Support the show at patreon.com/MSP Radio or buy our Why Do We Care merch at businessof.tech. If you want to reach our listeners, visit mspradio.com/engage.